Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dan and this is my review for Spider-Man Far From Home. As you can see, I'm wearing my Avengers Endgame t-shirt because I don't have a Spider-Man one. But it's to celebrate Endgame still, because obviously we all know that is a phenomenal film. Anyway, Spider-Man Far From Home. What can I say about Spider-Man Far From Home? Well, first of all, it took me by surprise. I will be very honest. Did enjoy Spider-Man Homecoming, but I didn't like the fact that Spider-Man was yet again a young lad in school, and he was a young boy. And I just didn't like that. And gradually over time, Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Spider-Man has grown on me in Infinity War, and Endgame was when it was fully cemented for me. Tom Holland is now my Peter Parker, my Spider-Man. So Far From Home does one more, and literally I'm invested in Tom Holland being Peter Parker. He has made me full of joy watching him portray Peter Parker in Far From Home. I honestly felt so many emotions in this film. I have grown up watching the 90s Spider-Man animations, and I'm fully invested in the comics. I know the stories, and watching that film, literally my childhood was brought to life. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not denying it or making it up. My childhood was brought to life and I was enthralled and overjoyed. So basically, in this film, Peter Parker is dealing with the aftermaths of Tony's passing, his sacrifice for everyone. And if anyone's not seen Endgame, where have you been? And please stop watching now. Anyway, but whoever has seen this, carry on. So Peter Parker is struggling in a world which is actually still reeling from not only the snap, but, everyone disappearing, but everyone reappearing again. Like, there was a big sense in this film of people not knowing their places in the universe after Thanos. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to go into any spoilers, but I will be doing a spoiler review because a lot happened in this film. I'm just going to go to the basics, so I'm just going to focus on the actors and the characters. So Peter Parker is his usual awkward self. Obviously in the trailers you've seen that he likes MJ, who's played by the fantastic Zendaya, and Aunt May as well is a younger Aunt May, and she obviously knows about Peter. So it was a kind of a different and refreshing relationship between those two, because usually in the Spider-Man films and the comics and the cartoons, Peter has to hide his identity from Aunt May. It was actually really good that he had Aunt May who was supporting him and telling him, you need to take your suit. It was really refreshing, because for once a superhero doesn't have to hide his identity from his loved one. But yeah, Tom Holland has cemented himself as Peter Parker for me. I completely forgot about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Even though they did fantastic jobs, I absolutely loved what they did. Tom Holland is going to go far as Peter Parker. Sorry, I'm laughing because of how good he actually did a good job with him. Obviously there's new suits in the Spider-Man films. There's the black suit, the stealth suit, which I kind of felt like looked like it was from Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. Also, there's the new Spider-Man suit, the one with the black arm layers, instead of the blue. And what surprised me was at the back of it was the White Spider, which made me think of the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation, which just come out. Tom Holland did a great job as Spider-Man. Zendaya as MJ, Mary Jane, I am loving her as that, because she's such a down to earth Mary Jane. Instead of being ditzy, she's clever. She that's all I can say. She's very clever, and I just love that arc between her and Peter because it does get stronger in the film. Um, the actor who plays Ned, I don't know his name, but he was the funniest in this film. He was really, really, really funny. Um, like, if you wanted humour, if you wanted jokes, Ned is the one for him. Ned is the one for that. Jake Gyllenhaal. At first, I was like, okay, he's Mysterio. Let's get into this. And personally, we all know that Mysterio is a villain in the film. In the comics, and also in the film. Sorry, spoiled that. And basically, he does not disappoint. There's a moment where I was sitting there going, so he's a superhero. Okay. And then suddenly there's a change, there's a twist. And then the real villainous side of him comes out, and I was sold. There was a moment in the film while I was watching it, and I must admit I was wondering where all this Spider-Man was going. There's a sequence in that film which I sat with my mouth open and in awe because it was just so good. Basically, I felt like I was watching my cartoon TV shows. It brought everything into it. It was incredible. Whoever's seen it will know. And in my big spoiler review, I will go into more detail of that. But it was a joy to watch. I actually got emotional as well because I am a huge Spider-Man fan. Like, if I could be any superhero in the Marvel Universe, I would be Spider-Man. I'm not going to lie. That is who I would be. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury is great as usual. It was quite interesting to see a Nick Fury who's trying to understand his place as well in the MCU universe after the Thanos snap. Also, Kobe Smulders or Summers or whatever her name is. Sorry, I'm not good with names. She was good as well, but she was more of a secondary character to Nick Fury. All in all, this film was great. This film was probably my favourite Spider-Man film, bar Tobey Maguire's first one and the second one, because they are phenomenal. I had so much fun watching this film that I will give this film a 10 out of 10. There is 2 post-credit scenes. I missed the very last one, but I will be catching that again. But the middle post-credit scene filled me with such joy and excitement that I actually felt I was watching a comic book come to life. I will not go into it into detail, but in my spoiler review, I will go into it into detail. But you are in for a treat with that. There are surprises in it which I was like, yes, this is amazing. I love this. Yeah, as you can tell, I am overjoyed with this film. I'm really overjoyed with this film. Please go and see it. Please let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I've disappeared, but life gets busy sometimes. But thank you very much. Honestly, I'm enjoying doing this channel. I hope you're enjoying watching. I hope to hear from you soon. And I hope you see from me soon. Thank you very much.